Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Reporter's Notebook. For those of you who have not watched Reporter's Notebook before, it's where we get a chance sort of towards the end of our days to sit down with some of our reporters, sit down with some of our producers, editors, just anybody who kind of works around the newsroom and show you guys a little glimpse into the behind the scenes and diving a little deeper into those stories that we cover. So today we are joined in the studio by Miss Jennifer Blake.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. Jennifer is one of our producers. You might have seen her before. She's joined us for Reporter's Notebook before. So thank you for joining us again, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I love chatting with Jen. We're good friends. So this is always fun to get to do stuff like this. So I wanted to bring Jen on today because she's been doing something really awesome that I'm super proud of her for, and I'm sure a lot of other people are as well. So Jennifer, why don't you tell us what it is that you've been doing recently?
Well, first of all, thank you. I'm actually proud of myself.
Good.
But I was able to do a reporter package for a Veterans Voices special that was able to air on air. Actually air, like live TV, which was super exciting for me because that is what I want to do. I want to be a reporter in the future, an anchor. So being able to finally get to those, slowly start getting those steps into that direction is amazing. And I'm so thankful to our news director, Bernie, for allowing me to do that, and our photographer, Tree, for helping me with it. It was so much fun. I'm hopefully able to do more in the future. I'm excited and can't wait to do it.
Awesome. Yeah. And so Jen has started here as a producer. And I think when we first brought you on for Reporter's Notebook, we actually talked about it a little, you know, that you wanted to work your way up to being a reporter. And so this was kind of like your foot in the door. You wanted to start out producing behind the scenes and then move on up to reporting. So this is super awesome that you're really getting the chance to do this. And I know, I mean, I'm friends with Jen on Facebook, so I get to see she actually takes her own initiative and goes on Facebook, and she literally will write her own stories, take videos, and she will post like her own homemade stories online, which is just, I mean, that's amazing, like that you're doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, like not a lot of people take the initiative to just like be like, you know, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it on my own time. Like, I'm just going to figure it out. I'm going to learn it as I go. Like, I'm just going to do it. And that's amazing.
And that's a big thing in this industry is, at least from what I've heard from the second I was interested, everybody who was in this industry or had experience says, you need to do stuff on your own. You need to work on your own reel. You need to show that you are serious about this, because this business isn't just, oh, I'm going to jump in and do this one day because I feel like it. I want to be on TV.
Yeah.
It's work. There's behind the scenes work. And you have to have a passion for it. You really do. And I just love doing it. So when I do have time, and I know I need to make more time, but when I do, I'm able to go out and get some stories. And even if it's just around the town, do a little bow side on a new store or something, just even because I'm still new to Greenville, I've actually been planning on going around uptown. It's kind of hard now with COVID, but going around uptown and trying to just do like a little story about how uptown is, or what uptown is and how the people are there. So stay tuned, that'll be coming.
That's so awesome. That'd be really cool, kind of like a showcase of what's here in Greenville, what kind of stores, especially because we're so locally owned like here in Greenville, which is amazing.
I love that.
Yeah. But so like Jen's been doing, so she's put together a package, like she said, for our broadcast. So kind of, if you could like break down for somebody kind of what goes in to putting a story together on air. Like, as a producer, obviously, you know, you write the script, you'll put in all the coding and stuff so that it transfers on to broadcast really well. But how is it different when you ended up doing your own package? Like, what was the process that you did for that?
It's definitely a different process because if you're a producer, you're inside the studio all day. But if you're a reporter, you're out and about. So you obviously have to find the story first, figure out what you want to do the story on, and then go to that, whether it's an event, meeting, person, whatever it is, go there and videotape and get as much B-roll, which is just video, as you can, and interview as many people as you can, and just be as genuine as you can, and really have a conversation. Because what I've already learned is that the best interviews come from just conversation, like you and I have. So that's really a cool part too for me, is because I love talking and interacting with people, especially because I'm new here. I love to learn more about people and what it's like in Greenville and in North Carolina in general, because I'm from Virginia. So there's a difference. And when you're out in the field, you really don't have as much of a realization of time and what's going on back at the station. And that's a big thing. So I'm very thankful to be able to see what's going on inside the station and outside, because then when I do eventually go to reporting, I'll have an idea of what's the best way to manage my time, how to communicate with everybody so everybody's on the same page, because in this business, communication is the number one key.
It is everything.
If you can't communicate, it's struggle.
Yes.
You're gonna struggle.
Definitely. And so you did this package at home by yourself. So did you work on it here at the studio with our equipment? Did you get to go home and kind of work on it on your own with your own like editing tools and stuff like that? How did you put it together?
So for the Veterans Voices package that aired on broadcast, I actually did that with Tree. So
Okay, cool.
Tree, our photographer, had the camera and he set up everything really. And I was just kind of tagging along and asking people about like interviews and stuff. And he actually helped me with the interview too, so I could learn how to not just ask questions and have that conversation like I said earlier. So he was a big help, and I edited in the edit bay at the station and recorded my voice at the station and just saved it and was able to upload. It was super easy. But for other packages and VOSOTs that I do just on my own, I have my own camera and microphone and editing, so I just do it at home.
Awesome. Yeah, the reason I wanted to ask that is because, when I first started, I did pretty much what you're doing now. Like I didn't have the experience. I didn't have like my own equipment. I literally did what you're doing. I went out, I just found things that I found were interesting. I found people I wanted to talk to, and I would literally just put together stories. But the reason I wanted to ask is because, for people who are out there and this is something they're interested in and they want to, maybe try dabbling in it at home and editing at home, there are actually, tools and apps and things that you can, editing tools that you can get on your own like phone and on your, your MacBook or whatever, that you can easily put these things together on your own. Like I've used iMovie, I think, like I can't even think of another, iMovie, GarageBand, things like that. Like there's so many resources at your fingertips to do something like this at home on your own if this is what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want some inspiration for something like this and, someone to look up to and see how they're going about this and how they're making this work and happen for themselves, look at Jen. Find her on Facebook, find her social media, check out what she's doing, because she really is like taking it upon herself to go out and do these things and be what she wants to be. So look to her as inspiration for that, because it's awesome. And if you want to do something, you got to do it on your own. You got to make it happen for yourself. And so congratulations, Jen. And I hope we see tons more of you in the future on broadcast with your packages. And we're very excited to see where you go next. So
thank you so much. I'm just shocked that you just called me like to look up to me. Thank you. I always do want to be a role model, so that's part of why I wanted to get in the news, so I can really just for local people show that I'm an average person. Mm-hmm. You can accomplish your dreams. You just got to work towards it. And sometimes it's going to take longer than you think, and that's okay. And like Emily said earlier, is you don't need a camera, you don't need a microphone. Literally, I have had better videos that I've taken off of my phone and recorded off my phone than my camera itself.
Oh yeah, I use this. I mean, digital reporters, I don't know, some of you might not know this. Us digital reporters, we use our phones to shoot all of our footage. Flip it this way, same camera quality, you're good to go. You don't need a fancy camera. If you want to do this, take your phone, get out there and do it. You can do it,
Especially if you have an iPhone, because you know how good iPhones cameras are getting if you don't have an updated one. They're still good. So definitely just take initiative, be strong, and have faith in yourself, and definitely explain to people what you want to do so they can help support you. And if they don't support you, that's okay. You don't need them then.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Jen, for joining us for this edition of Reporter's Notebook. I really think it's important to show people that there are steps you can take and there are things that you can do to get where you want to go. And it's not hard. You just have to work at it, and you have to just take your own initiative. And you're doing an awesome job. So thank you so much. And if you guys want to, check out some of the things that Jen has done, again, Veterans Voices is on our website, WNCT.com. You can check out that package that she did, as well as if you want to see what she's doing behind the scenes on her own time and learn something from that, you can head over to her Facebook page as well, if that's okay. I'm giving this out. Okay.
Totally okay.
Her name is Jennifer Blake. Please check her out and, learn something from this. She's doing a great job here. So thank you, Jennifer. And thank you guys for joining us for this edition of Reporter's Notebook.
Thank you.